now that I've shown you guys a little bit about some of the things that are out there, what are some of the things that you can do to start banding yourselves as parents to start really increasing your knowledge base, right? So the first thing I said is build yourself a digital fortress. The same technology that your kids are using to do those things out there, you can also use them to protect them and to know what they're doing out there. So Google, because it never forgets, is a big friend, right? So like I said, I Google people's names all the time. I Google my name, I Google my child's name, I Google my spouse's name. You never know what's going on out there. You need to be aware of what's going on out there. And Google is a great resource. I'm sorry?
Google their friends also, our kids' friends.
Google their friend's name, their parents, their friends' parents. You need to know what, if your kid is spending time with a parent at their friend's house, but the father or the stepfather was arrested for lewd and lascivious behavior a couple of years ago. You need to know about that. It is becoming a very dangerous world, and we have to think separately and differently of how we used to do things, right? So you need to arm yourself. Google Desktop, what I would suggest is if you're using a computer that everybody uses or your child has their desktop or their laptop in their room, download Google Desktop on their computer, because with Google Desktop, it allows you to search every email that's been sent, any document that's been downloaded, anything that's on the hard drive or that file or on your desktop. Google will be able to find. So you'll be able to find if they're downloading things that they're not supposed to be downloading, going to sites that they're not supposed to be going to. You need to know, and Google Desktop helps you do that.
But would they know that we
With
downloaded
Google
that
Desktop?
Google Desktop?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But if they're downloading stuff on their hard drive that they want to keep, yeah, you'll know that they downloaded something. Now, so if they downloaded something and then all of a sudden that file is no longer there, they deleted it, they put it on a flash drive, but those things are breadcrumbs that you need to start saying, okay, you've been downloading stuff, but it's not on there. What's going on? What have you been downloading? So at least it starts asking the questions earlier than in the back end. Yes?
I have a quick question on Google Desktop. Is the purpose of Google Desktop to be a monitoring?
No, it's not. It's really a search. It's a search element on your computer. So I use Google Desktop if I'm searching for something that I put on one of my folders or I download it and I can't find it, but it usually tells me exactly what file or where it is. So it's really sort of a site map. It really helps you locate things. The FBI website has a good page on cyberbullying and internet safety. I would suggest that you guys take a look at it. I looked at it for this particular presentation. It was a very, very thorough website. So FBI.org and also .gov, I'm sorry, and looking for internet safety for your kids.
The Miami Bureau of the FBI has a SOS program, Safe Online Surfing. It's in the school systems, and they also have a web page on it where you can download
I think
pamphlets and information.
And they come and talk. They do talks as well for parents, so you can always access these guys. I found these guys, which is for some parents it may not necessarily be necessary, but for some who maybe your kids are running away or they're not allowing you information online. This is called Spectre, prohibited, and there's a ton of those things out there. It's a software you upload on the computer, and the person who's using it doesn't even know that it's there. But when on your particular computer, you can see everything that they've done.
What is it called?
It's Spectre prohibited. It allows people to, it allows you as a parent to see what keystroke that they've done, what kind of searches they've done, what kind of sites they've been to, where they've been, who they talked to. So every single image that's gone through on their laptop, on their computer, on their desktop, you have access to it, right? So they don't know anything about it.
You download it from the internet and you have to
You buy
pay for
this.
it?
You buy this.
You buy it.
You buy it. So it's just basically software that allows you to keep track of what they're doing on that particular computer. Yes, ma'am. You had a question?
Oh, me, I'm sorry, not the same
She
question.
answered, okay, yeah.
Yes,
It's a software. Net Nanny is nothing more than a filter site. Again, it's software, but that allows you to filter certain keywords out of your kid so that they're not searching for pornographic content or other elements that you don't want them searching for. So Net Nanny is the most popular one. Perry Aftab, who's known as the angel of the internet. She's very well known because she talks about internet safety specifically for kids. She has a great website. She has 2 websites that she's Wide Safety and Teen Angels. And she's also works with the Girl Scouts called Life Online. Now, believe it or not, Life Online is not just for kids, but it's for you parents. It's actually kids teaching you parents what's going on online with kids themselves, with their peers. So cyberbullying, sexting, all the stuff that I'm talking about, these girls are basically blogging, showing you videos of what's going on out there in a teen's life online. So it's really, once you join Life Online, they send you as a parent a newsletter every month telling you what are some of the hot topics going on with Life Online. Wide Safety and Teen Angels, and then finally Cyberhood Watch is another iTunes radio, blog talk radio show that talks about cyber safety for kids. And I'm actually being interviewed by them next month, as a matter of fact.
Is that Parry with an R or is it
Parry, yes, P-A-R-R-Y, Aftab.
Thank you.
Yeah, so she's a great resource. She's very well known. She's an attorney who's actually become a public speaker, and she's, Good Morning America. She's done the whole talk show route. She's extremely, her website I found was very, very, very exclusive. So, you guys can actually have access to that. So, last but not least, your child's web browser history, right? If your child is really smart about the internet or about technology, they can delete the history. They can delete the history browser, and you'll never know what sites that they visited. But most kids usually don't do that. Most kids don't. So whether it's Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, you can go to the history file and see every single website that they've been to.
Can they selectively delete items from the history so that, if I go to the history and I find it's empty, I know someone has deleted?
No. The answer to your question is no.
They cannot select.
9 times out of 10, if you're deleting the history, the browser history, you're deleting everything. You can't delete one particular item over
They
another.
could delete and then recreate. They could visit a gazillion sites and it would be default.
Yeah, if they really have that kind of time, yes. Again, look around your desktop for start menu for applications for suspicious programs. If they're downloading, a lot of the times they can download applications that that allow them to do certain things. Like for example, one of the popular sites right now that's really becoming very popular and that you should talk to your kids about, which I visited, which is very, very alarming, is called Chatroulette, if you guys have never heard of that. So it's really just people on video, and you just press it, and it's exactly that. It's a roulette, and you're talking to somebody else in 2 seconds, or you're seeing the video of somebody else, and they see you if you have a camera. But a lot of adult males are on that chat roulette, exposing themselves. People are naked, doing inappropriate things. So you need to be aware if they're visiting or downloading those kind of applications. Yeah, it's very scary out there. Keep abreast of your child's email accounts. Understand that free web email may allow your child to have plenty of email accounts that you don't know about. So we talked about that. So you need to know, and you need to talk to your kids about the dangers of doing that as well. Yeah, that's the toughest one. If they're busy creating a bunch of different accounts, they have tons and tons of accounts, there's no way for you to know. But, for the ones that they do tell you, at least know those, So from that IP address, they can figure out if they've created sub-accounts or other accounts, right? If your child will chat, take some time to come up with an alias or fake name. Give them a fake address and phone number, so if they're being harassed, they have a way of vacating the situation. So a lot of cyberbullying is happening to these kids. If there's no way for them to exit because they still want to be online, you've got to give them an exit with strategy. So this is a good way that a lot of parents are doing.
Which way again? Just repeat that. What's the exit strategy? What is the strategy?
If they're being bullied or they're being approached online, by people that they don't want to, and it's not stopping, give them a way to come up with an alias name or a fake name or another address, right? So use IRC chat rooms so you can talk to your children intelligently about them. So show them what can happen in some of these chat rooms. I'm sorry, if they're seeing what's